So when your Netflix binge turns into an all-nighter until you're seeing the sunrise, that's just one example of sleep procrastination, I'm told, which is the decision to sacrifice sleep for leisure time. But what exactly are the side effects of this? Well, clinical psychologist at the Caribbean Center for Cognitive Behavioral Therapy, Dr. Patricia Prescott, joins us to answer some of these questions in today's 10 Minutes to Your Health. Boy, that's a mouthful, Doc. Good morning, Dr. Pat. How are you?
I'm fine. And you?
I can't complain. Give thanks, and thanks for asking. Are you a sleep procrastinator?
I am occasionally.
So yeah, but for what reason though? Is the Netflix thing or you just want party? For what reason?
It's the Netflix thing, for sure.
Well, at least you know what is sleep procrastination. I've kind of mentioned it just now to say you choose not to sleep type of thing. But where did that come from though?
Well, it's exactly what you said. It's when you have an intended time to go to bed, like say 11 o'clock. I need to go to bed by 11 p.m. to get a good night's sleep. But you don't. You delay bedtime for no real external reason. There's no baby to feed. There's no deadline to meet. You just stay up.
Why though? I mean, don't you need the rest? In other words, all right, fine. So I want to watch a movie, but I'm tired. So usually as the movie starts, I jump asleep. So, I mean, can you force yourself to not sleep?
The person's not seeing themselves as forcing itself. So why? A lot of people some research says, well, it's poor self-control. But at the end of the day, a lot of people say, well, this is the time for myself. I have done the work. I have done the children. I have done the house. Everything gets time from me except me. So everything is quiet now. All the roles have been fulfilled. Let me spend some time on myself. Okay. That's where it starts.
Okay, I'm going to read a question that my producer wants me to ask.
Sure.
And I found it interesting. It is what is the psychology behind sleep procrastination and the desire for revenge when it comes to taking leisure time? What kind of revenge we're talking about now? What does that mean?
Like I just said, this is my time. You all had your time. This is my time. So but the joke is on you.
That's what I was going to say. What kind of revenge you're talking about? You're actually hurting yourself, aren't you?
Yeah, yes, you actually are hurting yourself. The joke is on you.
What do you call this, Doc? Sorry to jump in, but what do you call this? Is this an illness? What is this? What is sleep procrastination? What kind of bag you put this in?
Why? Because you can fall asleep. When you want to fall, you can fall asleep. It's not insomnia, which is an inability to initiate or maintain sleep as long as you desire. It's not insomnia. The persons don't have a problem going to sleep. It's just that they're delaying sleep. So we call it a form of procrastination, just like any other type of procrastination. You might procrastinate with an assignment during the day. It's seen as part of an overall general procrastination. And some researchers see it as low self-regulation or low self-control.
Yep, I understand procrastination. They always say, do what you can today instead of putting it off tomorrow. That's where I found out what procrastination was. But when you say procrastination with sleep, all right, so I wanted to watch a game the other night, and the game started at 9:30 p.m. So I deliberately stayed up to watch the game. So I'm in a revenge, that's not procrastination, is it? I'm asking a question here. Is that procrastination? No. I want to watch a game, so I stay up until 9:30. I know I did kind of feel a little sleepy, but I wanted to watch the game.
That is, so there's sometimes deliberate, so there's actually three different categories. There's deliberate delay, like you had a plan.
Right.
I am this for a reason.
Right.
Then there's mindless delay, like I could go to bed, but me just strolling Netflix, not really doing anything. I want to go to bed, but I'm just here. Right. And then there is strategic delay. And that last one is actually a form of insomnia. Because the person need to go to bed later to be able to fall asleep. Because if they go to bed earlier, they're just gonna lie awake in bed. So they have a problem initiating sleep. So there are three different types. You were being deliberate.
Right. Right.
And you go to bed at 9 o'clock.
Right. Well, I don't normally go to bed at that time, but I was actually feeling sleepy that night because I am an insomniac, because we spoke about that before. So I don't usually fall asleep until probably about 10, 11 o'clock or even later than that. But that night I kind of felt sleepy, and I deliberately stayed up. Double barrel question. Can it hurt as far as, you get sick and it will hurt you? And whether that is so or not, how you get rid of it, how you treat it, what you do.
It can definitely hurt because although you're not having problems initiating sleep, you're having problems initiating bedtime, which is a condition to help you fall asleep. So you can have insufficient sleep. Insufficient sleep leads to a lot of problems. There's no two ways about it. It leads to a lot of problems. It leads to problems like mental health issues, physical health issues, accidents because you're sleepy and groggy, and bedtime procrastination. That's the preferred term we have rather than sleep procrastination. It normally affects people who are like myself, a little, they're night people, so they tend to, like prefer the nighttime, but the social schedule is kind of like hostile to that.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
And have a lot of sleep inefficiency. Like they have to get up 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock to go to work, but really they'd rather wake up 10 o'clock. But that's not the reality. So It can lead to health and mental health issues. How to solve this? Well, first you have to recognize that it may be a problem. That this may be a problem. Like you are procrastinating going to bed. And then secondly, once you recognize you have a problem, it's important to plan. Like this thing, like for myself, I had to realize, okay, I need to get to bed by 11:30. So whatever I'm going to do at night, it has to be over by 11:30. If I go into the midnight hours, my sleep quality is going to suffer. So recognizing what that time is that you need to go to bed. And a lot of people who procrastinate just say they have an intention to go to bed at a certain time, but they don't know what the time is. So figuring out what that time is, plan, getting awareness, planning, and executing that plan.
Yeah.
Going to 11:30.
Interesting, because I must have done a million 10 minutes to your health, and I've never heard of sleep procrastination. Very, very interesting, very well explained, Dr. Pat. And thank you so much for speaking with us, joining us this morning. And say hi to the folks in Barbados for us, okay?
All right.
Didn't think I'd pick that up, did you? And stop procrastinating. Leave Netflix. By the way, you said 11 o'clock. What happens if you don't feel sleepy at 11 o'clock? You still, what you do? You force yourself to go to sleep at 11?
Trust me, you're not insomniac. So once you hit the once you go to bed, you're gonna fall asleep. I fool myself most nights. I'm like, just good.
Good to see you, Dr. Pat. God bless you and your family. Stay safe, all right?
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man. She's a clinical psychologist at the Caribbean Center for Cognitive Behavioral Therapy, Dr. Patricia Prescott. That's it for 10 Minutes to Your Health. We'll do it again next Thursday.